From the 7 Storm Team, your first alert weather with meteorologist Ben Terry.
94 this hour on our South Lake Charles Skycam. We have seen, of course, the warm-up occur, and with the lack of rainfall, we're likely to be dealing with more warm temperatures on into the afternoon. Here's the latest look at 7 Storm Vision HD radar, which at this point continues to remain clear across southwest Louisiana. A couple showers down near the coast as associated with that sea breeze boundary that is going to begin to lift inland and could spark a shower or two inland. But it's looking like the trend will be, for today at least, lower chances of rain for the area, giving us another day of much-needed drying here. Of course, temperatures warming up as a result. And 104 is what it feels like right now in Lafayette with that heat index. Afternoon rain chances will keep them in the 20 to 30% range between now and late afternoon, then noticing them dropping off into the early evening as the rain chances will end with the loss of that daytime heating. Futurecast shows the limited coverage of rain. It still looks like a better chance tomorrow, though, as we'll have a weakness in the upper level ridge that's in place, and that should set off a better round of showers and storms as we go into Thursday. So I am at that point going to up the rain chances tomorrow afternoon to 60% because of that increased coverage of rain that we will begin to see take place for tomorrow. So that's the way things are looking. After that, we will still see some afternoon storms around for Friday and Saturday, but it looks like we may see slightly less coverage. So by Friday, we'll go down to about a 40% chance of rain, and that goes even lower into the weekend. Tropical storm Gaston here on the map in the Atlantic, still forecast to become a hurricane later today with winds of 70. It's still 4-mile-an-hour winds shy of becoming a hurricane. Very well-defined circulation center here on the visible satellite, about 1,000 miles or so to the west of the Cape Verde Islands, and that track carries a storm, continues to remain out to sea, but shows that weak strengthening here over the course of the next 5 days or so. So we'll be, of course, monitoring that. Closer to home is Invest 99L that we've been talking so much about the past few days. It's showing some signs here that it could become a little bit more organized, but not encountering conditions that are all that favorable with wind shear that's in place. And a lot of conditions here as far as land interaction that we'll be encountering over the course of the next 24 hours. It all comes down to the track in the short term. Does it make that push more so to the west to go over Puerto Rico and the islands here of Hispaniola? If that's the case, that would be good news as far as weakening the storm a bit. But the other scenario is that it could bypass the islands, still encounter some wind shear here, which means in the short term this will likely be a slow system to develop if it doesn't fizzle out before then. That's still a possibility. By Monday, showing it moving up closer to the Bahamas here, where we could see some strengthening as it moves into Florida. Couple models here with differing opinions. One shows it staying over Florida. That's the American model. And then the European model, which we're still getting new data in, is showing perhaps a westward push. But water temperature is plenty warm enough to support tropical development with those upper 80-degree temperatures. Let's talk about timing. Of course, the spaghetti models right now, well, they're sort of split. Whether you go with the American model, which carries it more so toward Florida, or if you're siding more with the Canadian or the European models, which show that westward push. And that's why you see that split here and that divergence in the spaghetti plots toward the end of the period. This is the latest 12Z run, or the latest update from the American model we've got this morning. It's still buying into overall a weaker system riding up through Florida and perhaps being a big rainmaker through much of next week. That would be the best case scenario for the Gulf of Mexico. On the other hand, we're still waiting on new information from the European model, which has been buying into more of a westward push, keeping that subtropical ridge stronger over the area, and that means we may have to be watching out for that potential for some Gulf impacts if that does take place into next week. 92 for the high. We'll wrap this up and look at rain chances tomorrow increasing. Bottom line, there are still a lot of uncertainties with what's to come, and there's still a chance that this could not move into the Gulf of Mexico at all, which would be good. It's just really going to depend on what happens over the next 24 hours if it continues to see that land interaction with Hispaniola, and then what happens after that. And once we finally have a center of low pressure, the models will actually do a better job into trying to figure out where it could be a week from now, which is just almost impossible to tell.
Yeah, it is too early to tell this early, but something you want to keep your eye on and watch your sources that you see on social media.
Oh, yeah, you'll see a lot of stuff, a lot of hype being posted. There's just no way to know at this point. We're talking a week down the line where this could potentially go if it survives at all.
Okay.
So,
all right. Very good. Thanks, Ben.